This week's episode of Fire Country delivered way more than anyone expected, especially with how it quietly set up the introduction of Sharon's mother in one of the wildest ways the show has ever done. The November 14th episode starts with Station 42 trying to recover from Vince's death, and the new battalion chief stepping in is none other than Manny. The show immediately leans into the tension that comes with that choice, not just because Manny stepping into Vince's old role is emotional, but because he and Sharon immediately butt heads. Something as small as the new coffee setup becomes a point of conflict, and watching the two of them fight for leadership during a call adds a whole new layer to the station dynamic. Meanwhile, Eve is doing everything she can to rebuild 3 Rock, and her chicken plan, which sounds ridiculous on paper, actually works as a smart subplot that brings some levity into an episode full of secrets. On top of that, W. Earl Brown makes his Sheriff Country crossover as Wes Fox, giving us some genuinely heartfelt moments with Sharon and Bode. It's the first time in a while we see the Leone family sit down and actually talk about the things they've been avoiding, even if those conversations immediately lead to more complications. Jake tells Bode about the mysterious note Vince received before he died, the one signed by an R. He believes, along with Eve, that it might be from Renee, his ex. But instead of coming clean to Sharon like Jake suggests, Bode does what Bode always does. He goes rogue. He searches the house, finds a P.O. box key, and hides it. But here's the twist. Sharon is also hiding something from Bode. ATF now believes the fire that killed Vince was intentionally set, and Sharon refuses to tell her son because she knows how dangerous it would be if that anger inside him gets unleashed on the wrong person. Eve keeps pushing Jake to force Bode to tell his mom the truth, but Jake doesn't want to sabotage the fragile peace between him and Bode after they argued about Vince's death. Still, during a call to a fire at the drive-in, everything bubbles to the surface. Bode finally realizes Sharon is also keeping secrets, and Jake hits him with the irony. Bode can't be furious about being left in the dark if he's doing the exact same thing. Even Wes steps in later and tells Bode that good friends and good family tell you the things you don't want to hear. By the time Jake gets home, he finds out Bode's already made a decision. He's moving back in, and he didn't check the P.O. box. He accepts that Vince was human, flawed, and maybe had secrets. That maturity pushes him to finally visit his mom and tell her everything. But Sharon gets to him first. She reveals the ATF investigation, and she makes him promise he won't go out seeking revenge. Finally, Bode shows her the blackmail note. Sharon immediately shuts down the idea that Vince was cheating. Instead, she drops the real bombshell. The woman who sent that note, the person who would have extorted Vince for money, wasn't a mistress. It was Sharon's mother. The episode ends by setting up the big arrival of Ruby, played by Christine Lottie, in a way nobody saw coming. This setup is so wild because it completely reframes Vince's final days and opens a brand new door into Sharon's past. If you have theories on what Ruby's introduction means for Sharon, for Bode, or even for the ATF investigation, leave them in the comments. I genuinely want to know what direction you think this storyline is headed. And if you caught details or clues I didn't mention, share them. Fire Country fans always spot the best stuff.